Howdy. Our program will begin shortly. Please clear the aisles for the processional. Thanks and gig 'em.
Graduates, please be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, family, friends, and especially honored graduates, welcome to the 2024 commencement ceremonies for Texas A&M University's School of Veterinary Medicine and Biomedical Sciences. Howdy. My name is John August. I'm privileged to serve as the Carl B. King Dean of the School of Veterinary Medicine and Biomedical Sciences, and I'd like to welcome you to this very, very special occasion. For the past 107 years, the School of Veterinary Medicine and Biomedical Sciences has served Texas as one of only 33 veterinary colleges and schools in our nation. Today's ceremony recognizes the 104th class of veterinarians to graduate from the tradition-rich halls of Texas A&M University. The 152 veterinary students graduating today will increase the total number of Texas A&M veterinary medical graduates to 9,072. May 8th, 2024 marks a very special day, especially for 152 women and men who, in a few moments, will join the ranks of the veterinary profession. Their journey has been challenging. After completing their pre-veterinary requirements, which usually include a 4-year undergraduate degree and sometimes one or more graduate degrees, they enter the very demanding 4-year veterinary medical curriculum. The students before us today have completed all of the requirements to become new doctors of veterinary medicine. After today, they will leave Texas A&M University to embark upon their very varied professional careers as veterinarians. This is also a special time for our faculty colleagues as they reflect with great pride on the product of their academic work. They are reminded once again that their dedication to exemplary education at Texas A&M University has been rewarded with your academic success and with the graduation of a truly outstanding class of veterinarians. Today is an extraordinary celebration for them as well. So will the faculty of our School of Veterinary Medicine and Biomedical Sciences please stand as able and be recognized? Please stand. Thank you. Today marks a celebration for everyone present: parents, grandparents, aunts, uncles, partners, spouses, children, siblings, and friends, all who have provided the love, support, and the network needed for our graduates to realize their dreams of becoming doctors of veterinary medicine. We welcome all of you in the audience. One of our core values at Texas A&M University is leadership, and the Texas A&M System Board of Regents oversees the administration and policy trajectory for Texas A&M University as the flagship institution of the system's 11 universities, the Health Science Center, 8 state agencies, and the RELIS campus. I am pleased to introduce Texas A&M University System Board of Regent John W. Bellinger, class of 1976, to bring greetings from the Texas A&M University System. Regent Bellinger.
Howdy. I am thrilled to be here from the Board of Regents to represent the Regents today in the Texas A&M University system. This is really special to me. My background, I was an agricultural education major, BS in animal science. And most importantly, today's graduates of Texas A&M's College of Veterinary Medicine and Biomedical Sciences. What an honor it is to be here with you. It is truly special. Before we go any further, let's thank the people who got you here, your parents. Parents, stand up. What a proud moment for each of you. I've spent my entire life surrounding myself with people smarter than me, which, didn't take a whole lot. And here I am again, surrounded by superstars. What a great moment. I grew up on a small farm outside of San Antonio. Growing up, we admired our doctor, our pastor, our ag teacher, and our veterinarian. I was just in awe every time I watched a veterinarian come out and try to save an animal, pull a calf, do whatever it took. It just was an amazing sight for me to watch him or her. You guys have reached the pinnacle that very few obtain. From this point forward, we're going to call you doctor. Whoop! Please not forget your humble roots. Don't forget where you came from, guys. Aggies have a great reputation. We are known for giving back. You guys have the ability to give back sooner than a lot of people. When you see that little old lady that's lost her husband and she's got a pet that came in, and that dog or cat is everything in her life, but she can't afford to take care of it and fix it, maybe it's time you give back and help that little old lady. The rewards are going to be incredible. So give back sooner than later. It's a thrill. Help some other kids, be a mentor to them, encourage them to get to veterinary school. It's a blessing. I'll tell you a quick story about Dr. Dan McElhaney, an incredible veterinarian, graduate of Texas A&M, played football at Texas A&M, played football for the Los Angeles Rams, incredible football player. Then he went to veterinary school, got his degree. We were in San Antonio, needed a veterinarian. We found Dr. Dan. We had 4 dogs. We'd take those dogs in there regularly. They was always doing something wrong with them. Every time we got home, Dan or one of his staff members would call. How are they doing? Call the next day. Anything we can do for you guys? What's going on? How's Buck? How's Bonnie? Et cetera, et cetera. But we had 2 small kids, and we go to that pediatrician over and over again. The only thing we got from that pediatrician was an invoice. Be like Dr. Dan McElhaney. Take care of your customers, and they're going to take care of you. So proud of Dan McElhaney. Don't forget your alma mater. We'll always be there for you. If I can ever help you, just go to the website. You can find me. We're so proud of each of you. Now, by the authority of Texas A&M University Board of Regents, it is my sincere pleasure to authorize Dean August to confer the respective academic degree for which you have been recommended with all rights, privileges, responsibilities, and obligations pertaining thereto. I wish you good fortune, happiness, and success. Gig 'em.
Thank you, Regent Bellinger, for your strong support of our school and your interest in our programs. Another of our core values at Texas A&M is loyalty. We are very fortunate to have former students and other supporters who helped to make our university one of our nation's truly great public land-grant institutions. I'm delighted to invite Mr. Scott Walker, class of 1990, who is the Vice President of our Association of Former Students, to come forward to share some remarks. Mr. Walker.
Thank you, Dean August. It is truly an honor to be present and to have a tiny little role in this celebration of academic excellence and achievement. to the new graduates, the new doctors, the newest former students. Howdy! On behalf of the Association of Former Students and the Worldwide Aggie Network, congratulations to each of you on your graduation. As you join the ranks of our former students, you continue a 145-year tradition of service and support established and continued by hundreds of thousands of Aggies who walked our campus before you. Created by our first former students in 1879 and nurtured by over 593,000 Aggies over the past century and a half, the Association of Former Students today annually provides critical, tangible financial support to our university, which is unmatched and unrivaled by any other alumni organization in the world. And today, we will welcome you as members of the Association of Former Students, the premier alumni association. Will our newest former students please rise as able? That's y'all. Aggies, the association you inherit today was founded and exists to promote the interest and welfare of Texas A&M and to perpetuate the ties of camaraderie formed in university days. It is my distinct privilege and my honor to officially induct you and welcome you into the Association of Former Students of Texas A&M University. To signify this important transition, I ask each of our graduates, if you have an Aggie ring, to take a moment and look at it. Our rings remind us of Texas A&M's core values of excellence, integrity, leadership, loyalty, respect, and selfless service. They also remind us of the vast worldwide Aggie network to which we all belong. After earning an Aggie ring, the student's class year traditionally faces the student, reminding them of their next goal, which is to graduate. At this time, I ask each of the graduates who is wearing a ring to take it off and turn it around so that your class year now faces outward as a proud former student of Texas A&M, signifying the achievement of your goal and declaring your allegiance to everyone you meet. But if you do not have an Aggie ring today, rest assured you are and you always will be an Aggie and an important part of the worldwide Aggie network. And as an Aggie, you are never alone. Joining you on your path are your outstanding Texas A&M education, our core values, and our worldwide Aggie network. Throughout your journey from here, wear that Aggie ring, display that diploma with great pride, and remember that you are forever a Texas Aggie. Please be seated. Graduates, future generations of Aggies will look to you for inspiration and leadership. Many of you already support future Aggies through your gifts to the association, and I thank you for that, because Aggies helping Aggies is indeed our oldest tradition. I encourage you to continue that support, but I also encourage you to participate in Aggie Muster as a former student, to find the nearest A&M club to where you go next, to join a constituent network, to participate in all of our traditions and be the best Aggie that you can be. You can visit us at the Alumni Center or at aggienetwork.com to learn more about how you can stay involved with Texas A&M. My fellow former students of Texas A&M, congratulations and gig 'em.
Thank you, Mr. Walker, and thank you as well for the many ways that the Association of Former Students supports our academic programs. This afternoon, I am pleased and honored to welcome Dr. Tim Scott, Vice Provost for Academic Affairs, representing the Office of the Provost. Dr. Scott, thank you for being on stage with us today. Also seated in the auditorium, we are privileged to welcome Mr. Ed Pearson, Chief Information Officer and Vice President for Information Technology, and Mr. Peter Lang, Interim Chief Operating Officer, as distinguished members of Texas A&M University's administrative community. Mr. Pearson and Mr. Lang, please stand and be recognized, and thank you both very much for joining us today and for everything you do for our school. Thank you so. I would also like to take this opportunity to recognize very special guests representing the Texas Veterinary Medical Association, and I ask them to please stand as able to be recognized when I call their name. If you would hold your applause just for a moment. First, joining us on stage today, Dr. Don Farrell, President of the Texas Veterinary Medical Association. And seated in the audience as our special guests are Dr. Nancy Carter, President-elect of the TVMA, Dr. Pancho Hubert, Chairman of the Board for TVMA, Dr. Jody Long, immediate past President of the TVMA Board, Dr. Amelia Vogt, Council Chair of Veterinary Practice, Dr. Dee Ellis, Council Chair of External Affairs, Mr. Troy Alexander, Executive Director of the TVMA, Ms. Angela Russell, Associate Director of the TVMA. Thank you all for participating in today's ceremony and for your continued support of our school. We cherish the partnership. Thank you. And now I am very pleased to recognize the administrative leadership team of our school. Every day I have the opportunity to work closely with each of the following associate and assistant deans and department heads, and it's a real privilege to call them my administrative colleagues and friends. Please stand as I call your name, and again, audience, if you would just hold your applause for a moment until we hear from all of them. Firstly, Dr. Ramesh Vamulapalli, who is Executive Associate Dean, and Dr. Vamulapalli is our mace bearer today. Dr. Karen Cornell, Associate Dean for Professional Programs, holder of the Erlene and A.P. Wiley Endowed Chair in Veterinary Medicine. Dr. Cornell is our announcer and one of the marshals for the stage party today. Dr. Stacy Ekman, Associate Dean for Hospital Operations. Dr. Ekman is assisting with the presentation of diplomas today. Dr. Susan Eads, Associate Dean for Administration at our Veterinary Education, Research and Outreach Campus in Canyon, Texas, in the Texas Panhandle. Dr. Michael Criscitiello, Associate Dean for Research and Graduate Studies and holder of the John Tom Campbell Research Chair. Dr. Kelly Tiemann, Associate Head of the Department of Small Animal Clinical Sciences. Dr. Jennifer Schleining, Head of the Department of Veterinary Large Animal Clinical Sciences. Dr. Schleining is one of our marshals, and she is assisting with doctoral hooding today. Dr. Albert Mulenga, Interim Head of the Department of Veterinary Pathobiology. Dr. Christine Budke, Interim Head of the Department of Veterinary Integrative Biosciences. Dr. Larry Suva, Head of the Department of Veterinary Physiology and Pharmacology. Dr. Kristen Cheney, Assistant Dean for Professional Programs, Curriculum and Assessment, and Ms. Yolanda Veals, Assistant Dean for Finance. Thank you all for participating in today's ceremony and for your continued exemplary service to our school. Thank you. And now it is my distinct pleasure to welcome Doug Ferry to the podium to share the Class of 2024 reflections. Doug has served as a representative for his class for each of the 4 years at our school. He is well known as a caring leader and for his thoughtful and inspirational emails to his classmates. He is a talented man with a passion for music. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Mr. Doug Ferry, very soon to be Dr. Doug Ferry, President of the Class of 2024.
Dean August, thank you so much for your kind introduction. All I have to say right now is wow. You are a sight to behold. You are beaming with joy and excitement, and I'm so glad that we're here together. If there is one thing that I've learned during my time here at Texas A&M, it's the power and the value of tradition. Throughout our studies during veterinary school, on a weekly basis, we would share weekly pick-me-ups via social media or via email. So today, to share some final thoughts, I'd like to share with you a final weekly email. Dear friends, congratulations on completing yet another week of veterinary school. I am so happy for you. The week of our higher education that we just finished, however, is unlike any other up to this point. It is with joy in our hearts and a host of other tender feelings that we gather together today as friends to celebrate this special day that marks our completion of the Doctor of Veterinary Medicine program at Texas A&M University. We are truly an incredibly blessed group of colleagues to have had our individual life journeys lead us to be here together at this moment. Recently, I found myself pondering the unique life experiences that have inspired us as individuals to direct our lives to be here this day. I truly believe that goodness guided the crossing of our paths. Before, I could only imagine, but now standing here in front of you and your loved ones, I can catch a clearer glimpse of the love, support, and sacrifice that so many family members, mentors, and friends have provided to help us realize our vision of accepting here in just a few short moments the beautiful rank of Doctor of Veterinary Medicine. As it has been said in the past, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. We could not have gotten to this previously seemingly distant point in our lives without our rich heritage that has preceded us. I express a sincere thank you to all who have helped us on our way. Now, I think it is pretty safe to say that as we have reflected on our journey that has gotten us to our acceptance to veterinary school, and as we have thought of all that we have navigated over the past 4 years together, we have been experiencing a myriad of feelings. I hope at this time, though, you feel a sense of peace, knowing that you achieved miracles during your time here at Texas A&M. Take a moment with me to think back to the summer of 2020 when our journey together began. At that time, we had a collective feeling of excitement amidst the unknown of what veterinary school might bring our way. Before we knew it, we found ourselves in the early days of the preclinical program, hoping we'd find new friends with whom we could share our new academic adventure. At the least, maybe we could find a classmate or two who could help us trudge across parking lot 36, bone box in hand, without fainting in the Texas summer heat. All the while, canine anatomy class leaving us day after day, questioning if we really even knew what a dog was. Before we knew it, though, the onslaught of countless exams, assignments, study hours, lectures, presentations, and projects came knocking at our door. During these times, we became keenly aware of what would really be required of us to successfully reach our collective goal of becoming veterinarians. All the while, many of us found ourselves navigating some of life's hardest curveballs, as if what we were working so hard to achieve wasn't already demanding enough. Through many miracles, including the support of those genuine friends and professors we had hoped we would find, we were able to complete our preclinical studies and then arguably experience our favorite year of veterinary school yet, while working on the clinic floor in many capacities. There, we experienced for ourselves what it's like to be a healing hand for our patients and clients during their time of need. Needless to say, we have been on quite the journey together. Now, before we part ways, there is one message that I want you to remember today and always. That message is this: you, as you are enough. Again, you as you are enough. You might be asking yourself if you have been successful up to this point in your life. This thinking begs the important question of, how is success even measured? Is it if we remember every last detail about the arachidonic acid cascade? If we can execute a perfect intradermal suture pattern? Or if we can actually successfully finish an Oski station in 5 minutes for once in our lives? Or maybe it's if we can hear a grade 1 heart murmur, willingly not dodge the leptospirosis case to avoid having to always don PPE, or log into VMIS without cursing. Although I might say you truly have been successful if you pass the test in any or all of those mentioned scenarios, I'm here to say that the real indicator of success has been you being you. Think about it. By you being you day in and day out over the years, you have always pulled through and been enough to get to where you have needed to be. There is no one else in our graduating class, in your circle of friends, in your family, or frankly in our vast world who could ever replace you or even remotely attempt to be successfully you. You are perfectly unique and incredibly irreplaceable. I can promise that if you did not exist as your rare, authentic self, an individual beautifully designed to leave their own distinct impact on the lives of those around them, someone in this room would feel an immense loss. Seated in these first few auditorium rows, you are surrounded by some of your closest friends. One of my favorite quotes is this: "He who has friends is rich." Here at Texas A&M, you have been richly blessed with genuine friends. Over the last 4 years, you have time after time been enough to them. You have been their answer to prayer, their listening ear, their partner in crime, their solace in the storm, and their trusted confidant. They have witnessed your growth as you have done your best in your studies and your navigation of life. Regardless of your real or perceived weaknesses, they have loved you anyway. To their joy, they have sincerely celebrated your success and rejoiced in your genuine friendship as your story has unfolded. These dear friends, however, are not the only ones to whom you are enough. Here, seated behind you, are members of your tribe. Represented are your loved ones, mentors, and biggest cheerleaders. Your loved ones with us today and those who are not physically with us, but whom we hold in reverent memory, look upon you with hearts full of gratitude, admiration, and love. They see the goodness of your heart, understand your cherished gifts, love you dearly for who you are, and feel so proud to call you theirs. You are and always will be enough to them. As you embark on your next adventure within veterinary medicine and in life in general, my invitation to you is to let your light shine brightly. View your life and service to others as a sincere gift to those with whom your path crosses. The individuals you will bless, both animal and human, will be forever appreciative of your loving, healing touch. As you pursue your dreams, dare to be different. Dare to do what's right, even when it's not easy to do so. Live with honor, making our profession, your family, and yourself proud. When the pressures of life surround you, maintain hope. Although storms will arise and turbulence will come, trust that in the end, all will be made right. Light will break through the darkness, the skies will clear, and you will rise above the clouds. When you make mistakes, don't let them define you, but get up and allow them to change you for the better. Be brave, enjoy the little moments, and celebrate the triumphs. In short, write a story, paint a picture, or perform a song that you are proud of. Today, we will all have a huge hole in our hearts as we part ways. But we know that this will just be a see you later. Our love, support, and respect one for another will keep our hearts close together. On a personal note, know that I will miss you. I will miss your smiles, kind words, genuine friendship, and sincere hearts. I will miss your wit, the laughter you have brought me, our group chat shenanigans, and your examples of excellence. Above all, though, I will simply miss being physically with you. For being together has been an immense source of joy for me during our time in veterinary school. Thank you so much for all that you have done for me. Now, congratulations, future doctors of veterinary medicine. I commend you for the good that you are, the miracles you have achieved, and the blessing you will be to many. May your next chapter of life and entire life journey attend you with purpose, perseverance, and peace. May life be good to you, and may your days be filled with happiness until we meet again. Sincerely, Doug. I love you. Thank you.
Thank you, Doug, for an outstanding and heartfelt reflection on the class of 2024. It's now my pleasure to welcome to the podium Dr. Emma Wari, Clinical Associate Professor of Veterinary Small Animal Clinical Sciences. Dr. Wari was selected by the graduating class to present the charge to the class of 2024. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Dr. Emma Wari.
Okay, wow, thank you guys. That was lovely, a lovely welcome. Well, this day has arrived. You've made it. Congratulations, and it is going to be an awesome day. I hope you are all so proud of yourselves and each other for what you have achieved. You have made sacrifices to get here. There have likely been some tears, but I hope there have also been smiles and laughter, silly nights out with mischief and shenanigans, and memories and friendships made that will stay with you forever. When I started to think about all the wisdom I am expected to bestow on you today, I was flooded with corny, touchy-feely, feel-good slogans that I could elaborate on and make us all feel warm and fuzzy. And I actually wrote a speech about hopes and dreams, how the veterinary profession is one big happy family, that we are all colleagues now, and that we are limited only by our imaginations, blah, blah, blah. And then I read it back to myself, vomited a little in my mouth, and was like, no, you all deserve and need more than some verbal token of fake positivity. So I thought, what do I wish someone had told me on my graduation day? And I figured that a speech about retirement planning was probably not going to be all that funny. And honestly, I'm the last person to give any financial advice, as the current balance of my savings account is $22.37. So I thought back to my very own graduation day, which was 20 years ago in 2004. I will admit the day started off a little rocky. The previous night, our class had been out on an 80s-themed pub crawl in and out of bars across Sydney. So to say I was a wee bit under the weather is a little bit of an understatement. Two of my classmates had actually professed undying love to me that evening. One of the declarations of love had come from a good friend called Izzo, who referred to himself as the Italian stallion and had hooked up with almost every girl in our year. So I took that offer with a grain of salt. After a small wardrobe malfunction involving the loss of a shoe and an empty threat that unless my sister let me borrow her shoes, I was going to have to graduate barefooted, which to my mother would have been worse than not graduating, I was off to graduate in a carefully curated outfit, which was the most adorable pink and white pinstriped suit with a dropped waist, pleated miniskirt and floral embellishment, and a very cute pair of my sister's shoes. I remember feeling ecstatically happy that day, excited and relieved that I was actually going to graduate, because to be honest, it was touch and go there for a while. Unlike you, we were called up in our class rank order, and it takes a long time to get to 73. I won't tell you out of how many that is, but think Australia 20 years ago and think small. There was this wonderful sense of freedom, pride for what we had achieved, and a sense of awe for what the future had to offer. We were no longer in school, but we were not yet weighed down with the responsibility of the real world. The only thing that we had to do that day was celebrate our achievements, our friendships, reminisce on the memories we had made over the last 5 years, and daydream and plan for the memories we still had to make. I remember the entire atmosphere of that day being one of love, except maybe from my sister, who was really cranky that I was going to unevenly wear down her shoes as I was rolling my heel when I walked. So here is the thing. I can give you advice on and tell you what not to do, how to avoid disappointment, how to stay focused on your dreams, what is important and what is not important. But that would first require two things. Firstly, it would require me to have successfully navigated my own way through the hurdles of life. And secondly, be wise enough to provide you advice on how to avoid the unique set of hurdles that you are destined to encounter. And I cannot do that with honesty or sincerity, as most of the time I feel like I entangled in at least 3 hurdles and that I tried to jump over while wearing a mermaid tail, flopping around to an imaginary finish line that always seems just out of reach. So instead, here is what I wish someone had told me on my graduation day. It is okay to fail, and you will fail. It is okay to make mistakes, and you will make them. So far in my career and life, it has been my failures, my screw-ups and mistakes that have had the most impact on who I am, how I have learned, how I practice veterinary medicine, and ultimately have been the foundation for any of the success that I have had. Failure and mistakes are a given. We are so programmed to believe that success is interchangeable with perfection, and perfection is the holy grail. We celebrate and are rewarded when we win, when we achieve our goals, when we land that dream job, get an A on a test, when we look or dress a certain way, or when we exceed expectations. We are taught to fear failure, to see mistakes as something we should be ashamed of or cover up, to brush under the carpet. I want to challenge you to change that narrative. Some failures are out of our control. Others are within our control. We just don't often realize that until the shit has hit the fan, the bitter irony of life. And some are completely avoidable, but we make them anyway. For example, failing to put on your overalls properly while preg testing cattle in a sale yard in the middle of New South Wales, only to find yourself up to your shoulder in a cow with your pants down, flashing every farmer in the region, and then being known and referred to by the entire community as Dr. Pink Panties. A completely avoidable mistake. Failing hurts, it stings, it is lonely and overwhelming, leaving you feeling vulnerable and exposed. But let me share with you some of the lessons I have learned from my failures and mistakes in the veterinary profession, and well, life in general, really. Firstly, owning failures and mistakes is really hard. It is much easier to blame our shortcomings on someone or something else, or even better, believe that there is a massive government conspiracy involving guns, drugs, and aliens plotting to bring you down. But to accept a mistake or own the role you played in a failure offers an amazing opportunity for reflection and self-growth. Now, take it from me, you may not necessarily see it that way at the time. It is more likely you will feel like a beached whale, tangled in a fishing net, flopping around on the beach, wondering why people keep throwing buckets of water at you, hoping that somehow you'll get back into the ocean. You will need to be patient and let the dust settle, but eventually you will move forward one step at a time, and the failure will become an experience that you learn from, that you lived through, that you can use to teach others and make different decisions in the future. Secondly, your failures and mistakes never have to define you. What does define you is how you deal with failure, how you move forward, how you treat and support those around you when they are failing, and how you celebrate those who succeed when you are struggling. Moving forward from failure can mean that you reach for the same goal, but with a different approach, or maybe you choose a different goal. Challenging your goals can so often feel like failing all over again, but using a failure to redefine what is important and valuable takes courage and tenacity. Be kind to those around you, those who challenge you, and those who annoy the shit out of you. And never forget to be kind to yourself. Finally, and perhaps most importantly, despite your failures and mistakes, you are loved. You are loved by the people who are here with you today, your family, friends, brothers, sisters, significant others. You will be loved by people who you provide kindness and comfort and support to when they are struggling. And you'll be loved by people you have never even met yet. Even when you feel completely alone and wallowing in self-doubt and hopelessness, you are still loved. And that is huge. Being loved can get you through any failure that life throws in your direction. I want you all to promise me that whenever you are thinking about all the things in your life that you love, always remember to include yourself. Now, if I can make a quick public service announcement regarding significant others. If there is any chance you are here today with a significant other who may not be your forever significant other, get a few graduation pictures without them. Otherwise, your family graduation picture on display at your parents' house may end up with a large felt dog sticker on it to cover up that not so forever significant other. Before I finish, I want to tell you all about the two animals on the Australian coat of arms, the emu and the kangaroo. They were chosen to represent our nation because neither of them can walk backwards. They can only move forward. So when you fail in the future, remember to be like the kangaroo or the emu. Go forward, stand still if you need to rest, but don't ever go back. Congratulations, and thank you for this honor.
Thank you, Dr. Warry. That clearly hit home. We now come to the moment that you've all been waiting for, the hooding ceremony and the presentation of prizes, the academic community's recognition of completion of the requirements for an advanced degree. Higher education developed in European monasteries during the medieval era, and originally, hoods were utilitarian capes worn by monks. However, over the years, the hood and the investiture ceremony have evolved as symbols of personal, intellectual accomplishment. You may notice the variety of robes and hood colors among the faculty here today. This indicates their various degrees and the universities they have attended. This afternoon, we focus on the gray hood, trim, and gray stripes, signifying the Doctor of Veterinary Medicine degree. The inner silk lining of the hood represents Texas A&M University's institutional colors, maroon and white. Our graduating students have selected 2 members of our faculty to participate in their graduation. Assisting with the hooding are Dr. Kevin Washburn, Professor of Large Animal Clinical Sciences, and Dr. Jennifer Schleining, Head of the Department of Veterinary Large Animal Clinical Sciences. We are honored to have these faculty members assist Dr. Karen Cornell, Dr. Stacy Ekman, and me in the investiture ceremony. Additional participating faculty members today are Dr. Tammy Frank Cannon, Clinical Associate Professor in Veterinary Integrative Biosciences, who led the class procession today, Dr. Mark Johnson, Clinical Professor in Veterinary Pathobiology, and Dr. Brian Porter, Clinical Professor in Veterinary Pathobiology, who both led the faculty procession, and Dr. Elizabeth Crouch, Assistant Dean for Professional Programs Admissions, who will assist students as they proceed to their seats. Several of our graduates have invited immediate faculty members who are veterinarians to assist in their hooding today. Would those individuals please now walk to the designated backstage area at this time? Then you will join your new Doctor of Veterinary Medicine when their name is called. And now I would like to invite Dr. Karen Cornell to come forward to officially present our students for graduation.
It's now my privilege to ask all of the candidates for degrees to please rise if able. Dean August, based upon the recommendation of the faculty of Texas A&M University, I certify that these candidates have fulfilled all of the academic requirements of their degrees. I'm honored to present them to you for the awarding of the Doctor of Veterinary Medicine. Would the graduates of the class of 2024 please come forward to be hooded and receive your diplomas? Also, I want to assure the faculty members, or the family members in the audience, that we have multiple photographers. So we're going to get photos to you. So I ask you to just sit back, relax. This is a time to hoop and holler for your graduate, okay? So we're going to take our places and we'll get started in just a second. I did not. Can you check and let know? No. All right, our first graduate for today, Dr. Jacqueline Alba. Dr. Alba will be joining a small animal practice in Houston, Texas. Dr. Angelica Ray Allegro. Dr. Allegro will be practicing food animal medicine in Northern Valley Livestock Services in Plainview, Minnesota. She graduates cum laude. Dr. Hannah Elise Alloway. Dr. Alloway will be joining the Center for Animal Wellness in a small animal practice in Denver, Colorado. Dr. Cheryl L. Armstrong. Dr. Armstrong will be joining East Tex Veterinary Clinic, a mixed animal practice in Nacogdoches, Texas, and she graduates cum laude. Dr. Lauren Ashley Arnold. Dr. Arnold will be joining Sunset Animal Hospital as a small animal practice in College Station, Texas. Dr. Bailey Rose Bach. Dr. Bach will be joining a mixed animal practice in Texas and then further pursuing a career in aquaculture. She graduates cum laude. Dr. Trenton Wesley Baggett. Dr. Baggett is joining Texas Animal Medical Center, a mixed animal practice in Waco, Texas. Dr. Caitlin Janine Baird. Dr. Baird will be working with Central Plains Veterinary Clinic, a mixed animal practice in Plainview, Texas, and she graduates summa cum laude. Dr. Madeline Bass. Dr. Bass will be practicing mixed animal medicine with Cooper Veterinary Hospital in Monroe, Louisiana. Dr. Mika Ashlyn Balicki. Dr. Balicki will be joining City Vet, a predominantly small animal practice in Dallas, Texas. She graduates cum laude. Dr. Ariana Indigo Blau. Dr. Blau will be practicing small animal medicine and surgery with Denton County Animal Emergency Room in Denton, Texas. Dr. Stephanie Rose Boone. Dr. Boone will be joining Animal Hospital of Melissa, a predominantly small animal practice in Melissa, Texas. Dr. Evan June Bourgeois. Dr. Bourgeois will be working at the Veterinary Emergency Group in Fort Worth, Texas. She graduates cum laude. Dr. Alexis Nadine Brown. Dr. Brown will be joining Bandera Veterinary Clinic, a mixed animal practice in Bandera, Texas, and she graduates summa cum laude. Dr. Caitlin Marie Burke. Dr. Burke will be joining Summit Veterinary Hospital, a small animal practice in Princeton, Texas, and she graduates cum laude. Dr. Daniela Burleson. Dr. Burleson will be joining Northern Oaks Bird and Animal Hospital, a small animal and exotics practice in San Antonio, Texas, and she is hooded today by her aunt, Dr. Ellen Casari, a 1988 Texas A&M graduate. Congratulations. Dr. Benjamin M. Butler. Dr. Butler will be joining Vista Vet Animal Hospital, a small animal practice in Round Rock, Texas. He graduates summa cum laude. Dr. Brinley Alyssa Cannon. Dr. Cannon will be entering a laboratory animal residency at Johns Hopkins University School of Medicine in Baltimore, Maryland. Dr. Victoria Jareen Burns Carter. Dr. Carter will be joining Old Town Animal Hospital, a predominantly small animal practice in Katy, Texas. Dr. Jamie Kim Selk. Dr. Selk will be practicing emergency medicine at the Animal Emergency Hospital of North Texas in Grapevine, Texas. She is hooded today by her stepfather, Dr. Stephen R. Cotter, a 1980 Texas A&M graduate. Dr. Catherine Claire Chapman. Dr. Chapman will be joining a small animal practice in Austin, Texas. She is hooded today by her brother, Dr. Stephen Chapman, a 2020 Texas A&M graduate. Dr. Weston Delbert Cleveland. Dr. Cleveland will be joining Live Oak Animal Hospital, a small animal practice in Lubbock, Texas. Dr. Sarah Corley Coleman. Dr. Coleman will be joining Luckney Animal Hospital, a small animal practice in Flowood, Mississippi, and she graduates summa cum laude. Dr. Allison Ann Cooper. Dr. Cooper will be pursuing feline medicine in the Southeast, and she graduates magna cum laude. Dr. Eduardo Cordova. Dr. Cordova is joining Vet Savers Pet Hospital, a small animal practice in Carrollton, Texas, and he graduates cum laude. Dr. Lauren Elizabeth Crenshaw. Dr. Crenshaw will be joining Spring Hill Animal Hospital, a small animal practice in Montgomery, Texas, and she graduates cum laude. Dr. Hannah Angela Danks. Dr. Danks will be joining Kansas State University for a small animal internship in Manhattan, Kansas. She graduates summa cum laude. Dr. Hope Angela Darnell. Dr. Darnell will be practicing mixed animal medicine with Lamar Veterinary Clinic in Paris, Texas, and she graduates summa cum laude. Dr. Natalie Erin Davis. Dr. Davis will be joining Firehouse Animal Health Center, a small animal practice in Austin, Texas. Congratulations. Dr. Soo-Yin Penny Davison. Dr. Davison will be joining City Vet, a small animal practice in Addison, Texas. Dr. Kendra Michelle De Leon. Dr. De Leon will be practicing small animal medicine in Brownsville, Texas area, and she is hooded today by her husband, Dr. Jorge Chavarria, a 2022 graduate of Texas A&M. Dr. Catherine Lynn Dickerson. Dr. Dickerson will be joining the University of Georgia for a small animal internship in Athens, Georgia. She graduates summa cum laude. Not with us today, but in the graduating class is Dr. Rosemarie B. Dillon. She'll be working with MPC of Texas in San Antonio, a mobile small animal practice, and she graduates summa cum laude. Dr. Haley Lynn Durerip. Dr. Durerip will be entering a food animal internship at Oklahoma State University in Stillwater, Oklahoma. She graduates cum laude. Dr. James Littlefield Everhart. Dr. Everhart will be practicing small animal medicine with Lincoln Heights Animal Hospital in San Antonio, Texas. Dr. Kelsey Ewart. Dr. Ewart will be joining Saginaw Animal Hospital, a small animal practice in Saginaw, Texas. She graduates cum laude. Dr. Michael David Farner. Dr. Farner will be joining Pearland Pet Health Center, a small animal practice in Pearland, Texas. Dr. Ruth Constance Faber. Dr. Faber will be joining Hondo Veterinary Hospital, a mixed animal practice in Hondo, Texas. She is hooded today by her mother, Dr. Carolyn Faber, a 1989 Texas A&M graduate, and she graduates magna cum laude. Dr. Douglas Benson Ferry. Dr. Ferry will be joining Valley Veterinary Care and working in a group of small animal practices with his home-based location in Dallas. He'll also be serving as their director of their mentorship development program. He graduates cum laude. Dr. Mabel Flores. Dr. Flores will be joining a predominantly small animal practice in the Houston, Texas area. She graduates cum laude. Dr. Amiri Fowler. Dr. Fowler will be joining Town and Country Veterinary Hospital, a mixed animal practice in Austin, Texas, and she graduates magna cum laude. Dr. Zoe Fowler. Dr. Fowler will be joining the Veterinary Emergency Group, a small animal emergency practice in Dallas, Texas, and she graduates magna cum laude. Dr. Allie Fowler. Dr. Fowler will be joining CityVet, a small animal practice in Frisco, Texas, and she is hooded today by her twin sister, Zoe Fowler. And she graduates cum laude. Dr. Rachel Elise Gadbois. Dr. Gadbois will be joining VCA Lake Jackson, a small animal practice in Lake Jackson, Texas, and she graduates magna cum laude. Dr. Cambray Nicole Gallardo. Dr. Gallardo will be joining St. Francis Veterinary Hospital, a small animal practice in San Antonio, Texas. Dr. Kathleen Grace Gartner. Dr. Gartner will be joining Ally Pet Medical Center, a small animal practice in Sammamish, Washington. She graduates summa cum laude. Dr. Kristen Page Gonzalez. Dr. Gonzalez will be joining a small animal emergency practice in San Antonio, Texas. Dr. Bianca Clarissa Gonzalez. Dr. Gonzalez will be joining Loomis Basin Equine Medical Center for an equine internship in Penryn, California. Dr. Kenya Gonzalez. Dr. Gonzalez will be joining Veterinary Wellness Center, a small animal practice in Edinburgh, Texas, and she graduates magna cum laude. Dr. Megan Ann Gordon. Dr. Gordon will be joining Fox Creek Animal Hospital, a small animal practice in Ocala, Florida. She graduates magna cum laude. Dr. Shelby Danielle Gordon. Dr. Gordon will be joining Fayette County Veterinary Clinic, a mixed animal practice in LaGrange, Texas. She graduates cum laude. Dr. Cheyenne Renee Green. Dr. Green will be joining Dallas Animal Urgent Care, a small animal practice in Dallas, Texas. Dr. Audrey M. Griffin. Dr. Griffin will be joining Andrews Veterinary Clinic, a mixed animal practice in Andrews, Texas. Dr. Rebecca Dillard Gunther. Dr. Gunther will be joining Pack Saddle Veterinary Clinic, a small animal clinic in Kingsland, Texas. Dr. Taylor Gully. Dr. Gully will be starting an exotics and wildlife internship at Exotic Wildlife Veterinary Services in Fredericksburg, Texas. She graduates magna cum laude. Dr. Ashley Ella Hanks. Dr. Hanks will be joining MetroPaws Animal Hospital, a small animal practice in Dallas, Texas, and she graduates magna cum laude. Dr. Holly Lynette Hecox Lang. Dr. Hecox will be joining Turning Stone Animal Hospital, a small animal practice in Cibolo, Texas. Dr. Matthew Henderson. Dr. Henderson will be joining Live Oak Animal Hospital, a mixed animal practice in Lubbock, Texas. He is hooded today by his father, Dr. Todd Henderson, a 1991 Texas A&M graduate. Matthew graduates magna cum laude. Dr. Megan Elizabeth Hendricks. Dr. Hendricks will be joining Mount Pleasant Animal Clinic, a small animal practice in Mount Pleasant, Texas, and she graduates cum laude. Dr. Michelle Joy Henkelman. Dr. Henkelman will be joining Wild Peach Veterinary Clinic, a predominantly small animal and exotics practice in Brazoria, Texas. She graduates cum laude. Dr. Devin Hernandez. Dr. Hernandez will be joining a mixed animal practice in the Fort Worth, Dallas area. Dr. Juliana Augusta Hicks. Dr. Hicks will be starting an equine internship at Signature Equine Hospital in Stephenville, Texas. Dr. Shayla Nicole Holland. Dr. Holland will be joining Colleyville Animal Clinic, a small animal practice in Colleyville, Texas. She graduates magna cum laude. Dr. Sarah Holt. Dr. Holt will be joining Banfield Pet Hospital, a small animal practice in Cedar Park, Texas. Dr. Hannah Hoos. Dr. Hoos will be joining the Veterinary Emergency Group, a small animal emergency practice in Katy, Texas. She graduates summa cum laude. Dr. Madeline Easelt. Dr. Easelt will be joining New Hope Animal Hospital, a small animal practice in Cedar Park, Texas. Dr. Mohan M. Iyengar. Dr. Iyengar will be joining BVET Animal Hospital, a small animal practice in Austin, Texas. Dr. Hope Erin Jensen. Dr. Jensen will be joining Liberty Hill Animal Hospital, a small animal practice in Liberty Hill, Texas, and she graduates summa cum laude. Dr. Melody Annette Johansson. Dr. Johansson will be joining Mady Creek Animal Health, a small animal and exotics practice in Katy, Texas. Dr. Elizabeth Ann Jolly. Dr. Jolly will be joining Laurel Veterinary Clinic, a small animal practice in Broomfield, Colorado. She graduates cum laude. Dr. Richard F. Kaiser. Dr. Kaiser will be joining Freeport Veterinary Medical Center, a mixed animal practice in Freeport, Texas. Dr. Cody Thomas Coatman. Dr. Coatman will be joining the Four Sixes Ranch and practicing equine medicine in Guthrie, Texas. He is hooded today by his father, Dr. Cody Coatman, a 1978 Texas A&M graduate. Dr. Kelsey Marie Krafka. Dr. Krafka will be joining Caldwell Veterinary Clinic, a small animal predominant practice in Caldwell, Texas. She graduates cum laude. Dr. Alexis Keeker. Dr. Keeker will be joining TLC Animal Hospital, a small animal practice in Houston, Texas, and she is hooded today by her mother, Dr. Diane Keeker, a 1990 Texas A&M graduate. Dr. Hannah Carson Lamb. Dr. Lamb will be joining Kings Crossing Animal Hospital, a small animal practice in Kingwood, Texas. She graduates summa cum laude. Dr. Caitlin Hope Landreth. Dr. Landreth will be joining East Lake Hospital at Center Ranch, an equine practice in Centerville, Texas. Dr. Keely Ray Lane. Dr. Lane will be joining Equine Sports Medicine for an equine internship in Pilot Point, Texas. Dr. Amy Marie Larson. Dr. Larson will be joining Animal Medical Center of Plano, a small animal practice in Plano, Texas. Dr. Sierra LaFleur. Dr. LaFleur will be joining Blue Pearl North Hills for a small animal internship in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. She graduates magna cum laude. Dr. Michaela Sue Barron Lehman. Dr. Lehman will be joining Southern Winds Veterinary Services, a mixed animal practice in Seguin, Texas. She graduates magna cum laude. Dr. Victoria Eileen Martin Lakander. Dr. Lakander will be joining South Pine Animal Hospital, a mixed animal practice in Crockett, Texas. She graduates cum laude. Dr. Marissa Little. Dr. Little will be doing shelter medicine relief work in Central Texas, and she graduates summa cum laude. Dr. Christine Kiyoko Lopez. Dr. Lopez will be joining All Creatures Animal Hospital, a small animal practice in Seattle, Washington. She graduates magna cum laude. Dr. Kaylee Lubeck. Dr. Lubeck will be joining the United States Veterinary Corps and will be stationed in Fort Campbell, Kentucky. She graduates magna cum laude. Dr. Allison Marie Luna. Dr. Luna will be joining VCA Park Cities Animal Hospital, a small animal practice in Dallas, Texas. Dr. Cole Luster. Dr. Luster will be joining Columbus Veterinary Medical Center, a predominantly small animal practice in Columbus, Georgia. Dr. Abigail Eden Malthaner. Dr. Malthaner will be joining Deep Roots Animal Clinic, a mixed animal practice in Kyle, Texas. Dr. Mariana Manzano. Dr. Manzano will be joining Premier Animal Hospital and Pet Resort, a small animal practice in Cedar Park, Texas. Dr. Louisa Martin. Dr. Martin will be joining a small animal practice in Colorado. Dr. Ashley Nicole Martinez. Dr. Martinez will be joining Sploot Veterinary Care, a small animal practice in Denver, Colorado. She graduates cum laude. Dr. Daniel Martinez, Jr. Dr. Martinez will be joining North 10th Street Animal Hospital, a small animal practice in McAllen, Texas. He graduates magna cum laude. Dr. Carly Ann Martone. Dr. Martone will be applying to emergency hospitals once she and her fiance land on a location. Ultimately, she plans to pursue a career in exotic animal medicine. She graduates magna cum laude. Dr. Elizabeth Gracie Matthews. Dr. Matthews will be joining Saxe Veterinary Hospital, a predominantly small animal practice in Saxe, Texas. She graduates cum laude. Dr. Miranda Macbeth. Dr. Macbeth will be joining Wheat Ridge Animal Hospital in Wheat Ridge, Colorado for a small animal internship. She graduates cum laude. Dr. Catherine Rosemary Minahan. Dr. Minahan will be joining a mixed animal practice in Central Texas, and she graduates magna cum laude. Dr. Bailey June Miner. Dr. Miner will be joining Circle C Animal Hospital, a small animal practice in Austin, Texas. Dr. Devin James Moody. Dr. Moody will be joining a predominantly small animal practice in Texas, Utah, or Colorado, and he graduates cum laude. Dr. Ashley Jennifer Morrison. Dr. Morrison will be joining VCA Northwest Hills, a small animal practice in Austin, Texas. Dr. Bo Nathan Sheely Kupau Napiha'a Stone. Dr. Napiha'a Stone will be joining Noah's Ark Pet Hospital, a predominantly small animal and exotics practice in Amarillo, Texas. Dr. Alyssa R. Wynn. Dr. Wynn will be practicing small animal medicine in Katy, Texas, and she graduates magna cum laude. Dr. Shanzeh Nurani. Dr. Nurani will be joining Central Texas Specialty and Emergency Hospital, a small animal practice in Austin, Texas. Dr. Sierra Marie Ortega. Dr. Ortega will be joining Stone Ridge Veterinary Medical Center, a small animal practice in Conroe, Texas. She graduates magna cum laude. Dr. Joe Scott Pace. Dr. Pace will be joining Beard Navasota Veterinary Hospital, a mixed animal practice in Navasota, Texas. He is hooded today by his father, Dr. Joe Pace, a 1994 Texas A&M graduate. Dr. Isolda Rhiannon Parrish. Dr. Parrish will be joining Liberty Hill Animal Hospital, a small animal practice in Liberty Hill, Texas. She graduates cum laude. Dr. Alexander James Pastis. Dr. Pastis will be joining the Equine Medical Center of Ocala in Ocala, Florida for an equine internship. He graduates magna cum laude. Dr. Cassandra Demi Pena. Dr. Pena will be joining Carmel Pet Hospital, a predominantly small animal practice in New Braunfels, Texas. She is hooded today by her sister, Dr. Delaney Oxford, a 2019 St. George's University of Veterinary Medicine graduate. Dr. Hannah Pavelka Petrus. Dr. Petrus will be joining a mixed animal practice in South Texas near her hometown of Centon, Texas. She graduates magna cum laude. Dr. Grace Elizabeth Piper. Dr. Piper will be joining Green Prairie Animal Hospital, a mixed animal practice in San Jose, Illinois. She graduates cum laude. Dr. Maggie Pomeroy. Dr. Pomeroy will be joining Mobile Veterinary Practice and Equine Practice in Amarillo, Texas. Dr. Jonathan George Power. Dr. Power will be joining Blue Pearl, a small animal practice in Louisville, Texas. Dr. Jason Price. Dr. Price will be starting a food animal consultation practice based in Texas and the surrounding states. Dr. Marta Ruth Pulfer. Dr. Pulfer will be joining Bovine Veterinary Solutions, a food animal exclusive practice in Maricopa, Arizona. She is hooded today by her parents, Drs. Kent and Jody Pulfer, who both graduated from Iowa State in 1990. She graduates magna cum laude. Dr. Catherine Elizabeth Ramirez. Dr. Ramirez will be joining the Veterinary Emergency Group, a small animal emergency practice in Dallas, Texas, and she graduates magna cum laude. Dr. McRae D. Ryder. Dr. Ryder will be joining Shenandoah Veterinary Clinic, a small animal practice in College Station, Texas. Dr. Madison Brooke Roberts. Dr. Roberts will be joining South Texas Veterinary Clinic, a predominantly food animal practice in Beeville, Texas. She graduates cum laude. Dr. Tucker Carlson Roberts. Dr. Roberts will be joining San Saba Animal Hospital, a mixed animal practice in San Saba, Texas. He's hooded today. He originally was going to be hooded by his grandfather, Dr. Myron Mays, who couldn't be present today. So he is instead hooded by his great uncle, Dr. Glenn Mays. He graduates cum laude. Dr. Colin Garrett Sanders. Dr. Sanders will be joining Beard Navasota Veterinary Hospital, a mixed animal practice in Navasota, Texas. Dr. Isabella Jane Santos. Dr. Santos will be joining Sunset Canyon Veterinary Clinic, a mixed animal practice in Dripping Springs, Texas. She graduates magna cum laude. Dr. Zachary R. Sawyer. Dr. Sawyer will be joining Dickinson Animal Hospital, a small animal practice in Dickinson, Texas. Dr. Amber Shanks. Dr. Shanks will be joining Big Thicket Veterinary Clinic, a mixed animal practice in Cleveland, Texas. She graduates cum laude. Dr. Stephanie Silva. Dr. Silva will be joining Banfield Pet Hospital, a small animal practice in Houston, Texas. Dr. Renee Nicole Smith. Dr. Smith will be joining a small animal practice in Seattle, Washington. She graduates cum laude. Dr. Trevor Austin Smith. Dr. Smith will be joining Springtown Veterinary Hospital, a small animal practice in San Marcos, Texas. He graduates cum laude. Dr. Anna Elizabeth Sneed. Dr. Sneed will be joining a small animal practice in the Tri-Cities area of Washington. She graduates magna cum laude. Dr. Ariana Sobey. Dr. Sobey will be joining Crestview Veterinary Clinic, a small animal practice in Austin, Texas. She graduates magna cum laude. Dr. Eileen Rochelle Solis. Dr. Solis will be joining Swan Animal Clinic, a small animal practice in Amarillo, Texas. Dr. Gabrielle Marie Sperlin. Dr. Sperlin will be joining the Veterinary Emergency Group, a small animal emergency practice in Dallas, Texas. She graduates cum laude. Dr. Jessica Ray Stevenson. Dr. Stevenson will be joining Circle C Veterinary Services, a predominantly food animal practice in Dickinson, North Dakota. Dr. Catherine Ann Stockham. Dr. Stockham will be joining Weems and Stevens Equine Hospital in Aubrey, Texas for an equine internship. She graduates magna cum laude. Dr. Taylor Elizabeth Stokes. Dr. Stokes will be joining Southwest Texas Veterinary Medical Center, a mixed animal practice in Uvalde, Texas. She graduates summa cum laude. Dr. Addison Elizabeth Stuver. Dr. Stuver will be joining Buffalo Animal Hospital, a mixed animal practice in Buffalo, Texas. She graduates cum laude. Dr. Madeline McKinsey Caffey Swindell. Dr. Swindell will be joining the Purdue University College of Veterinary Medicine in West Lafayette, Indiana for a small animal internship. She graduates cum laude. Dr. Nicole I. Tank. Dr. Tank will be joining Twin Creek Animal Hospital, a small animal practice in Bellevue, Nebraska. She graduates summa cum laude. Dr. Marissa Lene Tate. Dr. Tate will be joining a mixed animal practice in Columbia, Tennessee. She graduates cum laude. Dr. Gifty Thomas. Dr. Thomas will be joining Wheat Ridge Animal Hospital in Wheat Ridge, Colorado for a small animal internship. She graduates magna cum laude. Dr. Samantha Renette Tittle. Dr. Tittle will be joining City Vet Oak Lawn, a small animal practice in Dallas, Texas. She graduates summa cum laude. Dr. Brennan Reese Tobias. Dr. Tobias will be joining South Lake Crossing Animal Clinic, a small animal practice in South Lake, Texas. Dr. Gabriela Elizabeth Torres. Dr. Torres will be joining Rose Rich Veterinary Clinic, a small animal practice in Richmond, Texas. She graduates cum laude. Dr. Sydney Ann Vickery. Dr. Vickery will be joining Haskell Veterinary Clinic, a mixed animal practice in Haskell, Texas. Dr. Kayla Diane Vineyard. Dr. Vineyard will be joining Cottonwood Creek Veterinary Hospital, a mixed animal practice in Waco, Texas. Dr. Rory B. Vineyard. Dr. Vineyard will be joining Innis Veterinary Clinic, a small animal practice in Innis, Texas. He is hooded today by his wife, Dr. Kayla Vineyard, a 2024 graduate. Dr. William Jake Vinson. Dr. Vinson will be joining Big Spring Veterinary Diagnostic Hospital, a predominantly small animal practice in Big Spring, Texas. Thank you so much. Dr. Amy Corinne Walker. Dr. Walker will be joining Westgate Pet and Bird Hospital, a small animal and exotics and bird practice in Austin, Texas. Dr. Shannon Ashley Warren. Dr. Warren will be joining Animal Emergency Hospital of Conroe, a small animal practice in Conroe, Texas. She graduates cum laude. Dr. Emily Watson. Dr. Watson will be joining Palo Pinto Veterinary Clinic, a mixed animal practice in Mineral Wells, Texas. She graduates cum laude. Dr. Tina Alexa Weiss. Dr. Weiss will be joining Mission Vet Specialty and Emergency, a small animal practice in San Antonio, Texas. She graduates cum laude. Dr. Casey Alexis Welsh. Dr. Welsh will be joining Auburn University in Auburn, Alabama for a small animal internship, and she is hooded today by her mother, Dr. Honor Aim Walesby, a 1993 graduate of the Virginia Maryland College of Veterinary Medicine. Dr. Cassidy K. Williams. Dr. Williams will be joining Animal Care Clinic, a small animal practice in Round Rock, Texas. She is hooded today by her aunts, Dr. Melissa Hensley, a 2009 Texas A&M grad, and Dr. Jill Hedler, a 2006 Texas A&M grad, and she graduates summa cum laude. Dr. Emily Ann Worth. Dr. Worth will be joining Retama Equine Hospital as an equine practice in Selma, Texas. Dr. Caitlin Marie Wofford. Dr. Wofford will be joining Denton County Animal ER, a small animal practice in Denton, Texas. She graduates magna cum laude. Dr. Claudia Alexandra Quinones Rampelmeyer. Dr. Rampelmeyer will be joining Firehouse Animal Health Center, a small animal practice in Kyle, Texas. She graduates cum laude. Dr. Madeline Grace Young. Dr. Young will be joining MedVet, a small animal practice in Chicago, Illinois. She graduates cum laude.
We now come to a solemn and pivotal moment in today's commencement ceremony. While the hooding ceremony was symbolic, now marks the actual time of transition, the conferring and the granting of the Doctor of Veterinary Medicine degree. Literally, within a few beats of your hearts, your lives will be changed forever. No longer will people refer you to as Ms. or Mr. or just sister, brother, daughter, or son. From this point forward, you will forevermore be doctor. Will the members of the 2024 graduating class please stand as able for the conferring of degrees? Upon the recommendation of the faculty of the School of Veterinary Medicine and Biomedical Sciences, and by the authority vested in me by the Board of Regents of the Texas A&M University System and the state of Texas, I hereby confer upon you individually the degree of Doctor of Veterinary Medicine with all of the rights, privileges, and societal responsibilities pertaining thereto. Please be seated. Fellow colleagues and doctors of veterinary medicine, allow me to be the first to congratulate you and to welcome you to the proud profession of veterinary medicine, one of the most noble and respected professions in the world. It is now my pleasure to introduce and to invite up to the podium Dr. Don Farrell, President of the Texas Veterinary Medical Association, who will administer the veterinarian's oath. Dr. Farrell.
Howdy. I bring you greetings and many congratulations from the Texas Veterinary Medical Association to all of these new doctors. It's such an honor to be up here on this stage where I graduated in 1985 with the same degree. You have a great career ahead of you, and we welcome you to the profession. At this time, I'm going to administer the veterinarian's oath to all the new graduates, and I would ask that the veterinarians in the faculty, in the audience, and on stage, please rise as you're able to join our graduates and reaffirm their commitment to the precepts of this oath. Would you all rise, please? Raise your right hand. Repeat after me. Being admitted to the profession of veterinary medicine, I swear to use my scientific knowledge and skills for the benefit of society through the protection of animal health and welfare, the prevention and relief of animal suffering, the conservation of animal resources, the promotion of public health, and the advancement of medical knowledge. I will practice my profession conscientiously with dignity. And in keeping with the principles of veterinary medical ethics. I accept as a lifelong obligation the continual improvement of my professional knowledge and competence. You may be seated. Congratulations once again.
So for my closing remarks each year, I promise to keep them quite short, I try to identify one moment or characteristic that defines the graduating class. This year, I chose the word reputation, which is how others see and judge us, a concept that is central to the 6 core values of this fine university: respect, excellence, leadership, loyalty, integrity, and selfless service. Thank you, class of 2024, for elevating the reputation of your school. The Texas A&M University System Board of Regents has just been meeting in San Antonio over the past few days. A standing agenda item at their meetings is a summary of noteworthy items and accomplishments at each of the 11 universities in the system. My boss, the provost and executive vice president of Texas A&M University, asked me if he could share your preliminary NAVLE results and the final NAVLE pass rate of the class of 2023 with the regents. And of course I said yes. Families and friends, just to be so you're aware, to practice veterinary medicine in the United States and Canada, students must pass the North American Veterinary Licensing Examination that we fondly know as NAVLE. The exam is offered 2 times in the second half of the 4th year of the DVM program. The pass rate of your class on the first exam last fall was even higher than that of the class of 2023, who, after both exams, went on to have the highest pass rate of all 33 schools and colleges of veterinary medicine in the nation. Your accomplishment is extraordinary. Needless to say, we are very proud of your academic success, and we brag about it all the time. The quality of schools and colleges of veterinary medicine is assessed using several metrics, including academic reputation and research productivity. I am equally proud to share that in the latest rankings of veterinary schools, your school climbed to number 7 in the world and to number 4 in the United States. This exemplary ranking reflects the quality of our students and graduates, our outstanding faculty, administrators, and staff, our highly effective curriculum, and the strong commitment of our university to support academic excellence in each of its programs. Reputation is earned not only in the classroom and the laboratory, it's also developed through actions and interactions. When clients talk to me about their experiences in our large animal and small animal teaching hospitals, invariably they share their very positive experiences with the students involved with their patients. Thank you for representing us so well over the past year in our patient care programs and for participating in other acts of kindness. I have no doubt that those of you involved in Operation Border Health Preparedness last summer, when you provided care for more than 1,000 companion animals for an underserved population in the Rio Grande Valley in less than a week, will think differently about your future roles and responsibilities as veterinarians. The same goes for those of you involved more recently in the care of the many large animals and the people affected by the devastating Smokehouse Creek wildfire in the Texas Panhandle. Never forget that in your profession, you will always be on the front line of detecting new and unusual diseases. It was 2 veterinarians who practice in the Texas Panhandle and in neighboring New Mexico who connected the dots very recently between sickness in dairy cattle, deaths in wild birds, and neurological disease and deaths in barn cats and who raised the suspicion that highly pathogenic avian influenza virus might be the cause of the clinical signs in the cows. There's never been a better time to graduate as a veterinarian from this institution. There is a national shortage of veterinarians in all parts of our profession. The role of animals in supporting human physical and mental health has never been stronger. The unique training of veterinarians is increasingly important to prevent and control the next pandemic, which will spill over from some other animal species. And finally, the value of an Aggie ring and an A&M veterinary medical degree has never been more highly respected. Audience, please join me in recognizing the accomplishments of the class of 2024, the world's newest veterinarians, with a final thunderous round of applause. Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes the 2024 commencement ceremony and the 104th class in veterinary medicine to graduate from Texas A&M University. I would like to invite all of you to join our graduates and special guests at a reception immediately following this ceremony in the Bethencourt Ballroom on the second floor of the Memorial Student Center. Signs are provided to direct you to the ballroom. I ask you to please remain seated until the stage party and all of our graduates have exited the auditorium. We then ask guests to meet their graduate in the foyer area and proceed to the Memorial Student Center. The 2024 commencement ceremony for the Doctor of Veterinary Medicine hereby stands adjourned.